Good morning everyone. Now we discuss general characters classification of amphibia. Amphi means both. Bios means life. Amphi both. Bios means life. They partly live in water, partly on land. Amphibia. Body is divisible into head and trunk. In some animals, head, trunk and tail. 3 parts are present in some animal. 2 parts present in some animal. Head and trunk. Neck is absent in all amphibians. Absence of neck is an aquatic adaptation. Amphibians are first land vertebrates. First time they reach on land, but they fail to perform terrestrial mode of life. Reason is amphibian reproduce and development take place in water only. That's why according to Romer, amphibians are defeated group. Name of the scientist. Romer called amphibians as defeated group according to Romer. First land vertebrates, amphibians. Posterior part of the skull contain 2 occipital condyles. Due to presence of 2 occipital condyles, skull is known as dicondylic skull. Skull is known as dicondylic skull. Dicondylic skull. Vertebrae. Amphicoelous vertebra in apoda. A means no, poda means limbs. Limbs absent in some amphibian. They are included under apoda. Example, ichthyophis. Ichthyophis, limbless amphibian. In limbless amphibian, anterior and posterior part of the centrum contain concavity. This type of vertebrae known as amphicoelous vertebrae. Amphicoelous vertebrae seen in members of order apoda. Procoelous vertebrae, concavity present only anterior part. Posterior part convexity. If concavity present at the anterior part, known as procoelous vertebrae. Procoelous vertebra seen in order Anura. A means no, Vara means tail. Tailless amphibians, frogs and toads. Frogs and toads included in order Anura. In members of order Anura, procoelous vertebrae. In members of apoda, amphicoelous vertebrae. In the members of chordata, Opisthocoelous vertebrae. Opisthocoelous vertebrae in members of chordata. Chordata means adult amphibians with tail. What is opisthocoelous? Concavity present at the posterior part of the vertebrae. If concavity present at the posterior part of the vertebrae, known as opisthocoelous vertebrae. Opisthocoelous vertebrae seen in members of order chordata. Example, salamandra. Procoelous vertebrae in Anura. Example, frog and toads. Apoda. Amphicoelous vertebrae. Example, ichthyophis. Limbless amphibian. Next point is first time sternum. Chest bone. Chest bone or breast bone is known as sternum. Sternum, lacrimal glands. Sternum, lacrimal glands. first time evolved in amphibia. Fishes have only internal ear. First time in amphibia, middle ear. So external ear is represented by tympanum, only eardrum. Pinna, external auditory meatus, absent. External ear is represented by tympanum, thick circular skin. It receives the sound vibration, eardrum. Middle ear contain one bone. Middle ear, one bone, that is known as columella oris. Columella oris. Middle ear contain one bone, columella oris, in members of amphibia, reptiles, aves. In mammals, middle ear contain three bones, malleus, incus and stapes. Middle ear is absent in fishes. Next point is rectum. Ureters, genital ducts and rectum opens into cloaca. That means cloacal aperture. So cloacal chamber opens out through cloacal aperture. So cloacal aperture is the common passage for fecal matter, urine and gametes. So in amphibia, alimentary canal open into cloacal chamber, genital ducts open into cloacal chamber, ureters open into cloacal chamber. Cloacal chamber finally opens out through cloacal aperture. Means cloacal aperture is the common passage for fecal matter, urine and genital matter. Next point is teeth same. Acrodont, homodont, acrodont, homodont, polyphyodont. Type of dentation means teeth directly attached to jawbone, acrodont. All teeth are alike. Old teeth are replaced several times by new teeth, polyphyodont. Next one, in amphibia, skin, buccopharyngeal cavity, lungs, skin, buccopharyngeal cavity, lungs act as respiratory organs. Skin, buccopharyngeal cavity, lungs. Skin is the principal important respiratory organ in amphibians. Central nervous system. Central nervous system is protected by two meninges. Outer meninges dura mater. Inner meninges pia mater. Dura mater and pia mater first time seen in amphibia. Central nervous system of amphibia, reptiles, aves protected by two meninges, dura mater and pia mater. Three-chambered heart. Three-chambered heart. Right atrium bigger than left atrium. Ventricle bigger than atria. 3-chambered heart. Additional chamber present on the dorsal surface of the heart. Sinus venosus. On the dorsal surface. Additional chamber present on the ventral surface of the heart. Conus arteriosus. Right atrium. Left atrium. Ventricle. Sinus venosus. Conus arteriosus. Heart is 3-chambered, right atrium, left atrium, ventricle. On the heart means on the dorsal surface, for example it is the heart. On the heart additional chamber is present known as sinus venosus. On the ventral surface of heart another additional chamber is present, conus arteriosus. How sinus venosus is formed? 2 precaval veins and 1 postcaval vein. These 3 veins unite. As a result, sinus venosus is formed. These 3 veins collect blood from various parts of the body. So, due to union of these 3 veins, sinus venosus is formed. Sinus venosus pour the blood into right atrium. When the atria contract, blood enter into ventricle. Mixed blood, right atrium contain deoxygenated, left atrium contain oxygenated. Mixed blood is formed in ventricle. When the ventricle contracts, the mixed blood enter into additional chamber present on the ventral surface, conus arteriosus. Conus arteriosus supply blood to all organs. So in amphibia, mixed blood only circulated to various parts of the body. Fertilization is external. Fertilization is external. Amphibians are oviparous, laying eggs. Fertilization is external. Means in the water. Development is indirect. Larval stages seen in their development. Amphibia. Amphi means both. Bios means life. The organism lead dual mode of life known as amphibian. They live partly in water, partly on land. Body divisible into head and trunk in most of the amphibian. In some animals, head, trunk and tail. Example, salamandra. So, head, trunk and tail seen in the members of order Chordata or Urodela. Chorda means tail. Adult amphibians with tail, Chordata. Vara means tail, Chordata or Urodela. Amphibians are the first land vertebrates. First land vertebrates. Skin, lungs, buccopharyngeal cavity act as respiratory organs. Central nervous system is protected by 2 meninges, dura mater and pia mater. Heart is 3-chambered. Additional chamber present on the dorsal surface is sinus venosus. Additional chamber present on the ventral surface is conus arteriosus. So, 2 additional chambers. And dentition is acrodont, homodont and polyphyodont type of dentition. Rectum, genital ducts and ureters open into the cloacal chamber. Cloacal chamber opens out through cloacal aperture. So, cloacal aperture is the common passage for fecal matter, urine and genital material. Oviparous, they lay eggs. Fertilization is external in the water. Development is indirect. Indirect means no law. So, larval stages seen in their development. For example, in frog, tadpole larva seen in their development. We discuss the examples of this class. Rana, frog. Before, toad. Hyla, tree frog. Ichthyophis, limbless amphibian. Salamandra is a salamander. Rana, frog. Before, toad. How can you distinguish frog from the toad? The skin of frog is smooth, moist. The skin of toad is dry. Frog is diurnal, toad is nocturnal. In frog, teeth present only in upper jaw. In toad, teeth are completely absent. Parotid glands present on the toad. If you hold the toad immediately due to poison, so boil-like structure, elevation, sucker on the appear on our skin. Hyla, tree frog, lives on the trees. Tree frog. Ichthyophis, limbless amphibian. Limbless amphibian. Salamander. Salamandra. Scientific name of salamander. Scientific name of salamander, salamandra. Salamandra belong to order Urodila. Vara means tail, dila means having. So, adult amphibian with tail, Urodila. In salamandra, forelimbs and hind limbs are equal in size. In frogs and toads, hind limbs are bigger than forelimbs. In resting condition, hind limbs appear as alphabet Z. So, hind limbs are bigger than forelimbs in Rana before Hyla. Hind limbs are equal to forelimbs in Urodila. Limbs are equal in size in Urodila. Limbs are unequal in Enura. In case of Apoda, Ichthyophis belong to Apoda. Limbs are absent. That's why limbless amphibian. In fishes and amphibia, on the surface, mucus glands are present. In fish's body is covered by scales. In amphibia, in limbless amphibians only body is covered by scales. In Pisces and amphibia, body is covered by mesodermal scales. Scales formed from the germinal layer mesoderm. In reptiles, aves and mammals, the exoskeleton is from ectoderm, developed from ectoderm. Or you may say epidermal scales. Epidermis is developed from ectoderm. Dermis is developed from mesoderm. So, Pisces amphibia, exoskeleton is mesodermal scales or dermal origin, dermis. Dermis is formed from the mesoderm. Now we discuss reptilia. Fine. Reptilia. Rape means creep. Rape means creep. Slowly move on the substratum. Why they creep on the substratum? Limbs are weak. Limbs are weak. That's why animal unable to lift the body from the trunk. That's why with the help of belly they creep on the substratum. That's why reptiles are commonly known as belly creepers. Reptiles are commonly known as belly creepers. First successful land vertebrates. First successful land vertebrates. First land vertebrates amphibian. First time on land reptiles lead successful mode of life. That's why first successful land vertebrates are reptiles. First successful land vertebrates are reptilia. Skin is dry. Carnified. Carnified means a thick horny layer is present. Why skin is dry? Due to absence of skin glands. Mucus glands present in Pisces. Mucus glands also present in amphibia. Skin glands absent in reptilia. In birds, preen gland or oil gland or uropygial gland. Only one gland present at the base of the tail in flying birds. In flightless birds, skin glands absent. So all reptiles and flightless birds, skin glands absent. In mammals, 4 types of glands present in skin: sweat glands, sebaceous gland, scent glands, mammary glands. So skin is dry. Why skin is dry? Due to absence of glands. Covered by epidermal scales or scutes. What is scute? Large scale is known as a scute. So what is the meaning of epidermal? Epidermal means developed from the ectoderm. Exoskeleton is formed from the ectoderm. From the ectoderm only epidermis is developed. So epidermal scales. Epidermis is formed from the ectoderm. In examination, the paper setter may frame in reptiles exoskeleton is formed from ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. Only ectoderm. Not only reptiles, but also in aves and mammals also exoskeleton is formed from the ectoderm only. In reptiles, scales or scutes are epidermal origin. In aves, feathers are epidermal origin. In mammals, hair is epidermal origin. Next point is in reptilia, skin is dry, epidermal scales, monocondylic skull, occipital condyle, only one occipital condyle. Posterior part of skull contain one occipital condyle. That's why skull is known as monocondylic skull. Vertebrae, anterior part of the vertebra contain concavity. So procellus vertebrae, intercostal muscle, first time help in respiration. Intercostal muscles present between the ribs. External intercostal muscles and internal intercostal muscles responsible for breathing, first time in reptilia. So reptiles, aves and mammals utilize the intercostal muscles during breathing. Intercostal muscles. Snakes and lizards. In snakes and lizards, scales shed off at the time of molting. Removal of outer layer of the body is known as molting or ecdysis. During molting, scales shed off, removed from the body in case of snakes and lizards. Snakes and lizards. Oviparous, laying eggs. laying eggs. Eggs are megalecythal. Abundant amount of yolk material present. Yolk is a reserve food material. Megalecythal. Eggs are cleidoic. Cleidoic eggs. Shelled eggs. In case of hen egg also shell. The shell prevents the influence of surrounding temperature in the content of egg. That's why the reptiles lead successful mode of life. So megalecythal cleidoic eggs in case of reptilia and aves also. Birds eggs also megalecythal or cleidoic eggs. Megalecythal means abundant amount of yolk material. Cleidoic eggs means shelled egg. Egg is protected by shell. Shelled egg. Cleidoic egg. Reptilia. Heart is three-chambered. Ventricle is incompletely divided into two chambers. Incompletely divided into two chambers. But in crocodilia, four-chambered heart. First time four-chambered heart evolved in crocodilia. Four-chambered heart seen in crocodilia, aves and mammals. In reptiles, three-chambered heart. Ventricle is incompletely divided into two chambers. Dentition. Acrodont. Homodont. Polyphyodont. Acrodont, teeth directly attached to jawbone. Homodont, all teeth are alike. Polyphyodont, old teeth are replaced by new teeth several times. Polyphyodont type of dentition. From the brain, 12 pairs of cranial nerves arise. So brain has 12 pairs of cranial nerves except snakes. Snakes have 10 pairs of cranial nerves. Metanephric kidneys. Metanephric kidneys. Metanephric kidneys present in reptiles, aves and mammals. Metanephric kidneys excrete hypertonic urine. Concentration of urine is more when compared to body fluids, known as hypertonic urine. Pisces and amphibia excrete hypotonic urine. Concentration of urine is less when compared to their body fluids. So first time metanephric kidneys seen in reptilia. Metanephric kidneys. Two meninges. Central nervous system is protected by two meninges. Outer dura mater, inner pia mater. Outer dura mater, inner pia mater. Dura mater and pia mater. So belly creepers, they creep on the substratum with the help of belly. First successful land vertebrates. Skin is dry, carnified. Carnified means covered by a horny layer. Body is covered by epidermal scales or scutes. Posterior part of skull contain single occipital condyle. Due to presence of one occipital condyle, skull is known as monocondyle skull. In most of the reptiles, anterior part of the vertebra contain concavity. This type of vertebra known as procellus. Procellus vertebra seen in amphibians, particularly frogs, toads and reptiles. Frogs, toads and reptiles, procellus vertebrae. Central nervous system is protected by two meninges, dura mater and pia mater. Dentition, acrodont, homodont, polyphyodont type of dentition. Next point is, heart is three-chambered. Ventricle is incompletely divided into, incompletely divided. But in crocodiles, ventricle is divided completely into two chambers. Means crocodiles have four-chambered heart. Eggs are megalecythal, cleidoic. Eggs are megalecythal, cleidoic. Megalecythal means abundant amount of yolk material. Cleidoic means shelled eggs. And eggs undergo meroblastic cleavage. Meroblastic cleavage. What is cleavage? Division of the zygote is known as meroblastic. Incomplete division of the zygote is known as meroblastic. Inner concept is the part of the zygote contain reserve food material does not undergo division. So this type of cleavage is known as meroblastic cleavage. Incomplete division or incomplete cleavage is known as meroblastic. Meroblastic is opposite to holoblastic. Holoblastic means complete division of the zygote. So reptiles are oviparous. They are laying eggs. Development is internal. Metanephric kidneys. Reptile excrete uric acid. So they are uricotelic animals. Animal excrete uric acid means they conserve the water, save the water. Uricotelic animals. Hepatic portal system. Lungs are the respiratory organ, so pulmonary respiration seen in reptiles. Hepatic portal system and renal portal system well developed. Hepatic portal system, renal portal system well developed. What is portal vein? Portal vein. The blood vessel begins with blood capillaries in one organ, ends with blood capillaries in another organ, known as portal vein. The blood vessel begins with blood capillaries in one organ, ends with blood capillaries in another organ, known as portal vein. Nomenclature of portal vein based on the organ in which it breaks into capillaries. If it breaks into capillaries in liver, known as hepatic portal vein. All hepatic portal vein collectively known as hepatic portal system. The portal veins, all portal veins break into capillaries in kidney, known as renal portal system. The hepatic portal system collect the blood contain abundant amount of nutrients from alimentary canal and supply to liver. Renal portal system collect the blood contain abundant amount of nitrogenous waste material and supply to kidney. Prevent the transport of blood directly to heart. So what is portal vein? The blood vessel begins with blood capillaries in one organ, ends with blood capillaries in another organ, known as portal vein. The nomenclature of portal vein depends upon the organ in which it breaks into capillaries. The portal vein breaks into capillaries in liver, known as hepatic portal vein. All hepatic portal veins collectively known as hepatic portal system. The portal vein breaks into capillaries in kidney, renal portal vein. All renal portal vein collectively known as renal portal system. What is the use of hepatic portal system? The hepatic portal system transport the blood contain abundant amount of nutrients collected from the alimentary canal transported to liver. Renal portal system collect the blood contain abundant amount of nitrogenous waste material from posterior part of the body and transported to kidney for dialysis. Now we discuss examples. Kilone, green edible turtle. or green turtle. Testudo, tortoise means terrestrial member. Chelone is a marine member. In chelone, cloaca contain blood vessels. In addition to pulmonary respiration, cloacal respiration also seen in chelone. Testudo has longest lifespan, maximum 400 years. Longest lifespan, animal has longest lifespan, testudo. You already know both chelone and testudo has exoskeleton, dorsal carapace, ventral plastron. If the animal is irritated by any animal, it withdraws its head and legs into the tough exoskeleton. Chameleon, tree lizard. Chameleon is a tree lizard. It frequently changes its color. It is known as protective coloration or mimicry. So chameleon frequently changes its color, depends upon the background. So the predator unable to identify the chameleon. Chameleon commonly known as a tree lizard. Calotes, garden lizard. Calotes, commonly known as garden lizard. Hemidactylus. Hemidactylus, wall lizard. Sometimes you observe the wall lizard fell from the wall on the floor. So you may think it is unable to hold the wall. It intentionally fell from the wall. Whenever it need water, it fell from the wall. At the time water cells present in the body rupture and water comes out. Now the animal utilize the water. So Hemidactylus, wall lizard, calotes, garden lizard, chameleon, tree lizard. Naza, cobra. Again Naza, common cobra. Naza, common cobra. In common cobra, on the hood, spectacle mark is present. Two oval shaped spots connected by a thread. It is known as spectacle mark. Spectacle mark is present on the hood. What is the modification? How hood is formed? Neck dilated, as a result hood is formed. To frighten the animals, to create fear in the animals, the neck expanded, converted into hood. So hood is present in cobra. Hood is large and spectacle mark present on the hood. Scientific name is Naza. So same Latin word is used for both genus and species name, known as Tatanymi. What is Tatanymi? If same Latin word is used for both genus and species, it is known as Tatanymi. Naza, example for Tatanymi. In some cobras, hood is small, no spectacle mark, but it measures about 4 to 4.5 meters. So it is king cobra. Ophiofagus hanna. Ophiofagus hanna, king cobra. It is the largest venomous snake. Largest venomous snake is king cobra. Ophiofagus hanna. Ophio means snake, phagus means feed. King cobra feed on other snakes. Other examples, crate. Crate belong to genus Bungarus. Bangaras. So Bangaras is 7 times more venomous than cobra. Cobra's poison, venom, affect the respiratory center in the brain. That's why last minutes, before few minutes of death, the victim suffering from cobra bite, froth coming from the mouth. Froth means saliva along with air comes out. That is known as froth. So once froth coming from the mouth, within few minutes that person is going to die. So by the bite of Nasa, what happened? All the total air present in the lungs comes out. Crate venom also affect the nervous system. Next one is vipera. Vipera is a viper. Truly it is the largest viper, is known as Vipera russelli. Vipera russelli is the largest Indian viper. On the dorsal surface, 3 diamond-shaped rows, 3 diamond-shaped spots present in the form of chain. Brown color diamond-shaped spots formed 3 rows on the dorsal surface. By observing the brown color diamond-shaped spots on the dorsal surface, we can easily identify it as Vipera russelli. Vipera russelli venom acts on the blood vascular system, poison to blood. So in last minutes of, before few minutes of death, blood comes out from the nose, ears and eyes before few minutes of death. So Vipera russelli venom destroy our circulatory system. Crate and cobra venom affect our nervous system. One more point is Vipera is viviparous. Viviparous means give birth to young ones. Nasa and Bangaras oviparous. They lay eggs. So examples: Kilon green edible turtle, testudor tortoise. Tortoise has the longest lifespan, nearly 400 years. Chameleon tree lizard, Calotes garden lizard, Hemidactylus wall lizard. Vipera is the largest viper. Scientific name Vipera russelli. It is viviparous. Give birth to young ones. Nasa is a common cobra. Hood is large. Spectacle mark present on the Nasa. Hood is small. No spectacle mark. That is Ophiophagus hanna, commonly known as king cobra. So it is more aggressive snake. More aggressive snake is Ophiophagus hanna. It feed on snakes. It build the nest to lay eggs. So these are few examples given in our textbook.